Hello and welcome to a Life Too Sweet podcast. My name is Dana. I am a Christian and a life coach, and I specialize in recovery coaching and personal development coaching. And I have a philosophy. If you've heard my podcasts in the past, you know that my philosophy is the spirit, mind, and body. And when all three of them are working together in unison, you will have a life too sweet, which would be a life that is balanced. And that's what I believe we are looking for in our lives, to live that life balanced. And because I am in recovery, I do use recovery coaching and the 12 steps to implement inside my coaching when I am working with a client who is in recovery, post-recovery, whatever. So I like to throw those steps in because I do believe they are the foundation. And I thought I would talk about some things that I'm going through because, I'm not always in balance. Sometimes I'm off balance. Sometimes like our bodies are off balance, so maybe we'll have some pains in certain areas, but sometimes our mind, body, and spirit can be off balance. And man, there's so many things we can do to get back in balance. And I have to know when I'm out of balance. And I know when I'm out of balance in certain times in my life. And so right now we're going through some crazy stuff, right? We got the election and it is going all over the place. And for me, sometimes politics can make me crazy. So I'm watching the politics, I'm trying to control everything. I'm up all night going, okay, this one is this color and this one is this. And if you get this many votes in it, I'm like, what am I doing to myself? I'm making myself crazy. Just doing that shows me one thing. I'm trying to take control. So that's one thing. Then when it comes to my business, well, I've been working on it and I'm getting so far and then I stop. And I'm getting so far and I stop. And I'm trying to control it because I'm trying to push myself to do something that I'm unable to do. I've been praying about it to God, but like I said in the last, was I listening? Well, I'm in these issues right now and there's a reason why I'm doing this. A reason why I'm trying to take control. It's because I am not balanced in my body, mind, and spirit. And there are reasons for this. And because I have been doing this for a long time and I've been looking at these three things in my life, where am I off? And I can do that by first using the 12 steps and saying, okay, the first 3 steps I'm out. So I'm out of balance, right? I'm out of whack because I'm not in the third step. I'm in the first step where I think that I can control it and my life isn't unmanageable. But my life is unmanageable. I just explained how crazy I'm acting. I notice it too with what else? Like I'm in a lot of physical pain. I'm not sleeping well. All these things are showing me I'm off balance, right? And so since we talk about that, it makes sense that I am not in control, right? I'm trying to take control. And I am stuck in step 1 instead of step 3. And step 3 is where I need to be. So I know that I can't. I know that there's a God and he can, which is the second step. And the third step is I need to let him take control. I need to get out of the way and let him take control. So what would God tell me to do? And what does he tell me to do? And what is he telling me to do? Well, we talked about this in the last podcast. I need to listen to him. And I have all the ways of listening to him. I talked about that in the last podcast. So how do I do that? How do I do a lot of those things? Well, I do it by a routine, a morning routine that gets me in the mood to start my day, getting out of the way and allowing God to be in control. And so what I do usually in the mornings, I wake up, I walk my dog, I try not to bring my phone, I walk her, I come back home. If I'm not going to take a shower because I'm going to work out later, I will wash up, I'll eat my breakfast, and then I will go and read my Bible, and I have a devotional as well. I usually sit and I pray, and that's when I take my time and I relax. And then I start working on the business. That's when I start working. Or if I have to go to work or whatever I have to do. If I do that routine every morning, I'm centered and I know that I have my little time with God and now I can give him my life. I can get out of the way, stop trying to control things, and allow him to be in control. And so that's the issue that I'm having. That's the issue I'm having because I'm not doing those things. And so last night, I was acting crazy in my mind because of the election and because my business is not where I want it to be. because I'm trying to take control of it. Today I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to my morning routine. So I started my morning routine this morning. I woke up, I did all the things. I walked my dog, I didn't take my phone. I just tried to relax and not think too much. And then I made sure I ate my breakfast and read my Bible and had my devotional in front of me. And I know that for me, if I don't eat breakfast, reading my Bible, I don't get a lot out of it. So that's why I eat, so that I can read my Bible and get more out of it. Now, the thing about reading the Bible is I want to give God first dibs. So usually when I wake up and I'm in my bed, I do a little prayer so I can give him that. Because for me, reading my Bible, it's not going to work unless I eat and I'm full, because then I can focus on what he's saying. So I do that for a reason. I don't just do that because I want to not put God first. I want to put God first, but the best way to do it for me is to eat. So today, I have to tell you, I feel so much better. I feel a lot more imbalanced. And today, I had a coaching call. I felt like I was there. Mentally, I was there. I had another call with doing some things with my business. All the things that God wants to give me, he's going to give it to me. He's not going to say, I'm not going to give you that. But when I can't have it, when I can't take what he's going to give me, he's not going to give it to me. He's going to let me suffer in it, because he can't give me those things if I'm trying to take control of it. And so that's really what I'm going through right now. So I just wanted to come up with this podcast because I'm a life coach, but I can be off balance. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. It's a monthly struggle, a weekly struggle. It's a struggle that we are all going to have. And it's not something that's going to end. It's not going to end. It's a struggle we're going to have. We're going to try to take control. We're going to try to be God, right? We're going to try to play the game. We're going to try to play God, but we can't, because what happens is the devil starts telling me, you can't do this. And so he did. He was telling me that you've got to keep your money in your pocket and you got to save it, instead of saying, hey, you need to put some money up, put some time up, ask for help so that you can get help in stuff that you are just not able to do yourself. And because I'm a Christian and I know that I need people, I'm not delusional here. I know that me as a Christian, as a human being, I am made to be around others. And sometimes my clients help me see this. I had that today with my client. He explained that to himself, but he said it and it made sense to me. It's like, I need to be around people. So that's one way, right? I can be closer to God. I can make good decisions because of that morning routine. So for me, that's what works. That's how I do it. Now, everybody's going to have different ways. But when I look at where I'm at, and if my life is unmanageable, I know where I'm at because I have the 12 steps. I have that. As a recovery coach and as a recovering person who's in recovery, I learn ways, tricks, they're tricks to the trade, right? And that's what we get. We are imperfect people. But sometimes God gives us these perfect ideas. And I believe the 12 steps are a great way of doing things. They are good. But me, as a human being, I'm going to fail. So I have to remember that it's not the program that's the problem. It's not the steps that are the problem. It's me as a Christian, it's me as a human being that is flawed. I am not going to be able to do it perfectly, and it's okay. But I have to find out why. Where am I at right now? Why am I so lost? What's going on in my life? And when I do this, and I give God the time, and I really look at myself, I can make the changes needed so that I can live that balanced life. And so that's what I did in the morning. So what else can get me off balance? What else is going on? Well, I have to look at other things. Now, there are other tricks. There's other things that I can see in my life that they're little guides to show I'm off. So more of those would be, for me, I'm in a lot of physical pain. Why am I in physical pain? Well, I take my stresses and I put them into my body and I tighten my muscles and my muscles start hurting. So I know that, okay, there's a trigger, something's going on, I must be off somewhere. Let's go look where I'm off. And so that's something I can see, right? Sleep. That's another thing that I started noticing. I'm not sleeping through the night because I'm nervous and I'm thinking instead of just relaxing. So now we got to come up with a plan. that's going to help me to go to sleep. So I have to go look back, because there's always a pattern to life, right? There's always a pattern in my life that shows how I handle things. So for me, when I want to go to sleep, I have to wind down, right? If I want to go to the gym, I have to watch something, maybe that like somebody working out, and it makes me want to work out. So there's times when I need to put myself into a situation, or maybe I'll look at something or watch something, read something, and it puts me in a certain mood. So what I usually do before I go to bed, I like to go into my bed by 10 o'clock, read my book, relax after that, do my prayer, and then go to sleep. And I'm probably going to sleep about 11:30. It could even be 12. But I sleep the whole night, and I wake up at 8 in the morning, and that's when I start my morning routine. I will say, when I do this, I noticed a difference. And so I like to look back as well. The other thing I try to do at night, like right when I put the book down, I lay down, I like to just kind of do a little go over my day and just think, okay, what did I do today? What did I accomplish? What things would I like to work on tomorrow? Or kind of just dump it all out before I go to bed. And then I realize, okay, I see patterns. Okay, haven't been going to bed every night on time. Oh, I watched a movie too long the last 2 nights. I noticed my day was hard. So I'll go over those things, and then I start remembering by the end of the week, wow, I said that a lot. Oh, you didn't go to sleep on time. I have to change that, because now I'm seeing the patterns of not being able to sleep, and the anxiety, and getting upset about things, and all my character defects come out. And that's another thing. Now, we deal with character defects in our steps as well. And those character defects come out a lot more when I'm not in balance, And so they're there. I have character defects. There are things that, okay, maybe I'm working on, but those other issues, me not going to sleep, me worrying about this election, me worrying about my business and money, and all these things, they're what's keeping me out of balance. So I really have to look at my attitude and how I'm acting around others, because it can affect my relationships. It can affect how I help others, because me being a life coach and working in recovery, people look at me and sometimes they see somebody that's supposed to be perfect. Now, I'm not perfect, and I'm going to make mistakes, but God gave me a purpose and gave me a mission to help others in recovery. If I'm not where I need to be, it's going to really be hard for me to help others. Because when I'm out of balance, I get sick, I get weak, I get tired, I don't want to go anywhere. I try to stay away from people. My character defects come out. I don't want people to see my flaws. I start getting all crazy and all out of whack. And that's the only way I can really explain it. It's just like everything is just going wrong. And it's not just one thing, it's another and another, and it just keeps building and building until I can't take anymore and I act out. And of course, I have my ways of acting out. And those in recovery, and not even if you're in recovery, we all have a way of trying to deal with our pain and trying to deal with our suffering. And sometimes we do it and it hurts and affects others in our lives. That, I believe, is not okay. And the only way that I can rectify that is if I make changes in my life. If I look at it. Because if I don't see it, it's going to be hard to change it, right? If I don't think that there's a problem, then there isn't a problem, right? If there's no problem, there's no problem. If there is a problem, now I have an opportunity to fix it. Because if I can't see that I'm wrong, I'm not going to fix it. And there are times when I start thinking, oh no, I'm right and I know, and I get self-righteous, remembering, Dana, you're flawed. You're not any reason for you to be self-righteous and think you're better than anybody else, because you're not. So with all this, I started realizing my character defects were coming out. And so I started thinking about that. Why are these character defects coming out other than me being out of balance? And what part kind of made me out of balance? And usually for me, it's my pride. It's my self-righteousness. I think I'm better than somebody else. And that's crazy, because I know I'm flawed. But I have that issue because I lived in the world for many years. I've been a Christian about 4 years, and my whole thing was, I know better than you know. What are you doing? How could you do this? How could you even think like this? And that's self-righteous. That's when I think that I'm God, that I know all the answers. The truth is, yes, I've gotten some answers from God. He's taught me things that I see that I never saw before. But that's not because of my own wisdom. That's because God's wisdom. It's not my wisdom. So I have to remember, I'm not wise. God is wise. He's the one I need to go to because I don't make good decisions, as we see. When I tried to take control of the business, I wasted a bunch of months. I know God was saying, well, when you want to come to me, I'm right here. I'll give you the answers. But, just come to Dana. Just come to me instead of going to Dana, because she's not making very good choices. But no, I have to sit there in my self-righteousness and say, you got this, Dana. It's time to go, That's the thing I tell myself. All right, that's it. We're about to take care of business. And the truth is, today I thought about that. I was working out. When I work out, I think that's when my pride starts coming. And I was like, all right, that's it. We're going to start doing stuff, And I said, hold on a second. That's the old way of thinking. The truth is, you're about to do the works, because faith without works is dead. I have faith that God is going to take care of me financially. I'm working part-time. I'm doing my diligence. All right. I'm putting one foot in front of the other and doing the works. God gives me the ideas. He tells me what to do. He guides me, but I have to get up every day. I have to make the decision to do the work. So when I say that's it, it's time to do it, I really need to tell myself it's time to do the work in faith. Have faith in God and do His work. Be His servant, because that's what I am. I am a servant of God. That's what I am. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be self-righteous and tell people this is what you need to do. You need to vote this way. You need to think this way. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. That's just crazy, right? I know that I don't know sometimes, right? I don't know. I don't know the truth. I just learn it as I go. And it takes me time to grow and learn. And there's times when I'm just flat out wrong and I think I'm so right. So all I can do is look at my faults, the things that are going on that I can make changes in, and make the changes. But of course, as I always say, steps 1, 2, and 3, I need to look at those and go to God and ask Him for help and then do His work. Don't work so hard at doing my own work and I'm not going to get anywhere. I mean, I've been out of school for a while now, and I thought all the stuff that my teacher told me that I could do it myself. Now, of course, it takes me time to realize maybe I can't do it all by myself, but I did put in some work and I did learn and I did grow, and now I know how to do a lot of it. I just don't know how to do it all together and put it together. I need help. So guess what? I finally said I need help. And today I had an amazing conversation with a friend, and she's going to help me because we are here to help one another grow and be better. And I was just talking about this with a friend, and we were talking about how it's kind of a chain reaction. So now that I have everything kind of back together, okay, I'm back in my balance right now, keep this going. So now when I coach one person and this girl is going to help me, she's going to teach me how to put everything together. Then now I can go and I can coach it with everything put together in a nice package, and it's easy and I know what I'm doing at all times. And then I give it to that person. Now I teach that person. Now the person that taught me, now she's learning more because she's teaching me more, and then she's growing me, and now I'm growing somebody else. And then when I get even better and I get my program put together, now I can go and I can help even more people, and then they can help somebody else. And it's just a chain link of positivity. It's a chain link of teaching and growing. I know that this is possible, but when I sit and I try to take control, I do believe I'm doing God a disservice, I'm doing myself a disservice, and I'm doing my clients a disservice. Because I know right from wrong. I know what God wants of me. I know what my mission is. I know it all. It's all there. It's all right in here. I just have to get out of the way, put it down on paper, pray to God every time I do it, but really go to him. We talk about listening, we talk about going to God, right? I spoke about this. But then I don't do it. You see, I know the truth, I know the answers, and I do it many times. But there are times when I'm off. So now I know. Now I know my triggers, what gets me off. Now I know how to get back in balance because I have tools. I have gifts, I have talents, and I have tools. The 12 steps are my tools, right? There are other tools, right? I know my personality traits. I know how to use my personality traits, and when I'm off with one of them, maybe I'm going too far one way or I'm not going far enough in another way. I have to really just look at all that stuff. I can't just not look at what's going on in my life, or I won't grow and I won't become, a servant of God. I will just be a selfish person who cares only about myself and growing my business. That's it. I want money, I want prestige, and that's where I'll go. It's not going to be easy because the truth is the devil is always going to be there to find ways to take what I have and twist it. Because that's what he does. He gets in my head and he twists it. And he knows how to get to me. He knows how to get to you. He knows how to get to all of us. And so I just thought this would really be a cool little podcast to do because I may be a life coach, but I'm also recovering, right? God is also restoring me back to the person that I was supposed to be in the beginning. I feel that restoration. I can see that restoration in my life. I can see the growth in me. I can always learn and grow. It's never going to stop. I'm telling myself this because I know it's never going to stop. Right when I think, man, I got it, I understand, God shows me something else. Sometimes I fall. Sometimes I don't understand what he's doing. But then there could be a day when I go, wow, that's what he was doing. And it is an amazing feeling. I can kind of end around with this that it seems like a lot. That seems like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff, Dana. I don't know if I can handle all that. I mean, you got this routine and that's a lot for me. Well, I'm telling you the story and I'm telling you how I dealt with it because that's how it works well for me. That's how I deal with myself when I am off balance in one of these areas. But the whole point really is so that you may be able to find ways that can work for you, that when you're off balance, you can see where am I off and how am I off and why am I off? Where am I at? If you've done this 12 steps, you can always utilize the 12 steps. They're there forever. They're always there to guide us, and they guide me. I use them all the time, and it definitely is helpful. We have God, we have books, all different ways. I mean, there's always different ways for everybody else. Some people just like to listen to different music or watch YouTube video or whatever it is that you may need to get you to that more balanced place. We all have different ways to get there. And so I hope that that's understood when I do my podcasts because I just are giving you ideas and ways that do work for me, but they may not always work for you. There's always different ways. But I feel as a Christian that God wants me to do something and he wants me to help others. And the way I get to do that is by making sure that I'm okay, that mentally I'm okay, that physically I'm okay. And sometimes I have to go outside the box, right? Outside of my comfort zone to do so. And that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm trying to be grown and stretched. And God will do that to us. He will stretch us. And He stretched me a lot. And now I'm just about to give up a little bit more of myself and stop trying to control so much and try and change some of my character defects and learn and grow from what I went through just now, where I was so upset about the election stuff and confused about it. And I allowed it to bother me. I also allowed my business to bother me. And I want to be a certain place at a certain time. And God has me exactly where He has me, doing the parts that He has me doing. And I'm doing a lot for others. It's not going to be $1 million company, tomorrow. It's not going to be, you're going to have 15 clients a day, and you keep going, it's not going to be like that. It's going to take time to grow. It's going to take time to grow me. So I am a work in progress. We are a work in progress, but we have tools and gifts, talents and strategies out there that we all can use. And we're blessed because we have so many different outlets. We have social media, we have church, so many small groups, so many things to do that can help us. So I hope this podcast really helped you to know that, we all struggle and there are ways of dealing with our struggles. And that's really what I wanted to kind of convey today. I didn't really have a full exact idea where I was going to go, but I knew that this was a big issue. It just really took control of me and almost broke me. So I thought it was important to kind of throw together. So thanks again for watching. Again, my name is Dana, and my podcast is A Life Too Sweet. I also have a website where if you are interested in coaching, it is a lifetosweetcoaching.com, and the 2 is the number 2. So it's a life, the number 2, sweetcoaching.com. You can set up a discovery call and we can get started with that. Also, I have a YouTube channel, A Life Too Sweet Coaching, and a YouTube channel, A Life Too Sweet. And let's see, I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and also all my podcasts can be downloaded on many different podcast sites. So check out Apple Podcast and Spotify. I'm on a few right now. I have a few coming out soon. I think Pandora's coming up soon. So I'm really happy to give you guys this content, and I hope this really helps you because I really enjoy doing it, and I really feel like it's awesome to be able to just give you guys a little bit about me and grow us as Christians, grow us as people, so that we can help and grow others and bring others to God and allow them to see the life that's waiting for them. I mean, it's just an amazing life, and I'm so blessed and grateful for everything that God has done for me. Also, I'm grateful for you guys checking out my podcast. So thanks again for watching, and you guys remember, God is good all the time. I'll see you in the next podcast.